Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel, and today we'll be reviewing one of the best figures I've ever seen. This is 1/6 scale Chun-Li from Street Fighter, designed by Akiman. Now this is based on a decently old artwork at this point, so it's not super duper accurate to Chun-Li, but it is a gorgeous, gorgeous design, and I think it captures the essence of Chun-Li so well. And the figure itself is absolutely jaw-dropping. So to start things off, we're going to be looking at the box, and the box is also a nice work of art. This beautiful sort of like neon-ish traditional style box looks so gorgeous. The colors are beautiful, the design is nice, and it looks very, very premium. All along every surface of the box are different promo images, different designs, and nice close-ups of this figure. It looks so nice, and it is very, very cool to have in hand. As soon as this figure went up on pre-order, I had to get it. There aren't a lot of really nice Chun-Li figures like this. Most of them are like officially licensed third parties or gigantic figures, but it's nice to have a 1/6 scale figure. Max Factory have absolutely knocked it out of the park on this one, and we will be getting into that very shortly. But this figure just looks gorgeous. It is based on that artwork, which I will have up, I hope, but looks so, so nice. It is just so stunning, so gorgeous, and it's just so simple as well. But let's get right into it. So out of the box, here is Chun-Li on a stand, and she is absolutely gorgeous. Like, no joke, this is one of the best figures that I own. It is absolutely jaw-dropping. I don't see any issues with it at all, which is even better because I would be terrified if there were paint issues. I have heard some are going around on this figure, which is a shame. It retailed for 33,000 yen in Japan and more internationally, and I believe it's like sold out in most places because this figure is freaking gorgeous. I hope it gets a re-release because like more people having this is better. Just absolutely jaw-dropping, stunning figure. Just the sculpt work, the design work, the artwork that it's based on was so clever to do. It's like this weird, slightly like cheeky, relaxed Chun-Li. It's just really beautifully reads as the character. There's so much simple stuff going on with such a nice, relaxed pose, and it's really the right way to do it. Even something as simple as this grey, blocky concrete base is so good. But we will be getting into everything because there's a lot to talk about design-wise, and I want to talk about this figure because of just how aesthetically beautiful it is. So taking a close-up look at the figure, Chun-Li's face is beautifully recreated here. The light sort of hazily brown hair looks so beautiful. The sculpt is nice. I love her palm resting on her head. The little details of her strands of hair are really good. There's this very, very subtle metallic finish in her hair that's not based on light. That sort of bluish metallic is actually painted on, and it catches the light beautifully, makes it seem like she's sort of like relaxing on a building in sort of like a neon dark street, and it's really, really nice. Her little white hair bun things look really good as well. All of the sculpt work and details are nice. It feels like there's a slight breeze coming through, so you can see them sort of blowing in the wind. The shading and detail is beautiful. You can see some of that beautiful, beautiful shading on the blues of her outfit, as well as some of that more subtle shading in her hair, as well as on those white bun sort of things on her hair. I don't know what you call those, but you can see there's sort of like a slight gradient to it. It's not really like a pure white, and it just all looks so good. Her eyes look a little bit weird if you're like reading it purely as Chun-Li. This is a different take on the character where her eyes are like almost yellow, and it looks very, very nice. I think it adds to the relaxed atmosphere of the figure quite a bit, but the eyes look very good. Even the subtle lipstick where you can see her lips look a little bit shiny. Just everything about this face sculpt and detail is just so good. And all of that detail is consistent amongst all of the figure. You can see those like little tassels end with the gold trim. The blues on her outfit are accented by that gold around her neck. around the end of the puffs, all of the detail along her classic outfit. It just looks so good. The white band around her waist sometimes is completely plain, but this design, you can see a beautiful pattern work design done into it. This is also something that I noticed in the pop-up parade Chun-Li. You could tell there was a design in her waist, but you couldn't tell what that design was, and I think it's beautifully recreated here. You can see all of that detail work, and it looks so good. You do also get one accessory in this figure, which is this like bottle of water, and yeah, it's a nice bottle of water. It's not super necessary, it doesn't plug in anywhere, but yeah, it's cool. The sort of trim of her skirt sort of folds and flows down onto the concrete sort of messily, like she's actually just sitting down. It's not like she carefully folded and put it along. And even all of this detail work on the concrete, yeah, it's a little bit over the top because of all the cracks and breaks along the back, but it just adds to that detail and effort that went into this figure. It feels like care was put into every single part of this. Her boots are beautifully recreated. There's some nice detail work. There's a little bit of subtle shading throughout it to make those details pop just a little bit more. The incredible design of the stockings and her legs just looks so good. The musculature looks incredible. The way they're folded on top of each other, the shading throughout to detail different parts of the legs just looks so ridiculously good. This figure is pretty much perfect. And I just want more Street Fighter figures like this. It is ridiculously good. In hand, it looks even better. I'm trying to make it look as good as possible on camera, and it really does genuinely look this fantastic at all times. And even without any fancy lighting, it just looks so good. I forgot to mention, you do get a little notebook. It does have the artwork that this figure is based on, and it's just blank. I think it's just so you can write in it. It's a weird bonus, but you get it, and who cares, this figure's so good. And I hope that it shows on camera that this is just an incredible set piece. I think the 1/6 scale was a good scale to go with. It is large and imposing, but the details look so good. Next to Jada Toy's Ryu looks like a toy, and he is realistically, but it's just funny. There's Marvel Legends Cyclops, little Marvel vs. Capcom display there. Here she is against some other Street Fighter statues for Chun-Li that I've had in the past. So there's, I think the sitting down one was a Third Strike one, but I can't remember who made it. And the one on the right is the Sume statue for Chun-Li. She was a collector's edition bonus for Street Fighter V in Australia, which was a ridiculous collector's edition bonus. But yeah, this figure just, it's so ridiculously good. I'm so happy with it. Just from all angles, it is perfect. Again, I think I got lucky because I have heard that there are some paint errors around on some of the releases, and I don't know if they're doing fixes for those or reissues or anything like that, but I think I'm very fortunate that there are no issues on mine at all. If you do notice anything on camera, like I think there was a little white spot on one of her stockings, that was dust, and I figured that out just in time, and I rubbed it off after filming, but I was scared there for a second. But this figure is just ridiculously good. It really is, and I don't think I can stress that enough. Pretty much this entire 10-minute review has been me just gushing about how good this figure looks, and it really does just look that good. I want to see more stuff like this, because it almost hurts when you're such a big Street Fighter fan or such a fan of anything and you see something not live up to expectations or just ruin a character entirely. Like, for example, that upcoming Cammy statue that Capcom are making. And Capcom usually make really good figures. Like, all of the Monster Hunter statues are absolutely gorgeous. But that Cammy from Street Fighter 6, the body's okay, but the face, like, what was going on there? there's problems with not just the face design, but the coloring, the design of the hair. It's just all grotesque, and it's really expensive. It's almost expensive as this Chun-Li, which is ridiculous. And I really hope that they almost completely scrap that Cammy and rebuild it from the ground up, because that is not on. And I don't know how many figures we'll get from Street Fighter 6, at least officially licensed ones done by Japanese companies. But I would hate to waste an opportunity of it on that Cammy. And I know later, I think Good Smile Company are going to be doing another Chun-Li, and it's sort of like a more ready pose, and it seems like a more modern design of Chun-Li. It is still the original outfit, and I think that will be good as well, but I think that this one is a really tough act to follow. This looks absolutely incredible. It makes all of the pop-up parades look like garbage, and for the most part, the pop-up parade ones were okay, but like, compared to this, there is no contest. And I want to see more figures done by this design team. I want to see this artist do more stuff for Street Fighter, even though I'm sure they are doing other things, or designing other things in the future. But their take on Chun-Li is so perfect that I would love to see more things like this. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see you all next time.